So, on Monday, we sent you out a video about throwing different pitches, different arm angles at release, your wrist and forearm angle change. Today, I'm going to show you the difference between how to throw a curveball and how to throw a slider. The difference at release of the baseball. It's a subtle difference. In fact, if you're learning how to throw a curveball, you will throw accidental sliders. The same thing if you know how to throw a slider. Every once in a while you're going to throw an accidental curveball. In some cases, in some games, that's an okay thing to do, except when you want pinpoint control, which that's exactly what you want. But sometimes those pitching mistakes turn in our favor. But I'm going to show you how to control those much better. If you watched last week's video on Monday, you noted the pull out a curveball. Well, first of all, the pull out a fastball. Remember, you're bringing your thumbs down and you're lifting that ball's away from you. When you pull out a curveball, you pull it out and that ball points towards you. Well, turn it a little bit this way and you've got your slider. Okay, pulling the pitch out right here. There's the slider, right about there. There's the curveball, fastball, and there's that C change. You want it right there. So I would recommend, to get good at this, I would recommend you practice just like this. So you're going to get up right here and just go fastball, curveball, slider, there's the slider, and then the C change. You're going to pull those pitches out and you're going to get used to that. But let's go back to the curveball. The curveball release is more right here. Okay? A slider release is there. That's it. That's the only difference between a curveball and a slider. Just wrist and forearm angle. If you've been watching these videos, again, that's all throwing other pitches are. Just changing the wrist and forearm angle. It either imparts rotation or it's a straight pitch like your fastball. Again, there's your fastball release, curveball release, slider release. Well, to pull out the slider, again, here's the curveball actually. I'm going to pull out the pitch, pull the curveball out right there, and here's the slider. It's very similar, but the slider release is here. Okay, and as I come around, here's the slider. As I come around, right there is the slider, right there. Okay, right here is the curveball. The curveball I'm getting here, I'm coming down on the ball. Right wrist and forearm angle changes. There's the slider. Right there's the releases. If you can see that, there's the slider, there's the curveball. Curveball coming down, slider coming across a little bit like that. Same arm speed, same arm angle. That's another thing. When you're throwing these pitches, you shouldn't go curveball, higher, slider, out here a little bit. A lot of pitchers do that. If you want to tip off a batter, that's great. Change your arm slot. But you want to be consistent with all of your pitches to hit every single day your control inside and outside, curveball, slider, fastball, changeup, whatever you're throwing. Your arm angle, your arm slot always has to be the same, no matter what pitch you're throwing. You shouldn't throw that. So for example, if you're throwing your curveball one day up high and you're coming down on the ball, like a lot of people, you're going to damage your arm for one. That curveball might work for you one day, another day it might not. But you're going to find yourself coming up like this, coming down with your curveball one day, and then you're going to do that. Eventually you're going to do that with all of your pitches, or every once in a while you'll throw your fastball like this, coming up and then coming down. So you want to make sure that you film yourself. Make sure on every single pitch, the only thing that changes is your wrist and forearm angle on every single pitch, not changing your arm slot. Very critical. But again, to recap what we talked about, curveball release here, slider release just right there. So go ahead and practice. Let us know how you're doing. Feel free to contact us anytime at thepitchingacademy.com. We'd love to hear back from you. Take care.